Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Wheaton, physician and owner of Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic with main office in Excelsior, Minnesota, and right now in Monaga, Minnesota, speaking to you today. And I'd like to today talk to you about the subject of hope. Many people that come to this clinic are without hope because of their pain has completely encompassed their entire life. And it has affected their job, their workplace, their family life, of course their sports, their other activities. And it gets to the point where after months or probably even years, they give up hope. Now this time of year, the Christmas season is upon us, and people want to have some kind of hope. A lot of people gather with their families and friends and enjoy a wonderful time, meal, and gifts. For others, it's not that way for a number of reasons, but not the least of which is chronic pain. So I'll briefly tell you a story about a physician, actually one of the most well-known physicians that we would recognize in our country because he was the Surgeon General of the United States back in the 1980s. In fact, this Surgeon General was responsible for helping me get into my medical school in George Washington University Medical School in Washington, D.C. So his name is C. Everett Koop, and he was a great and well-renowned surgeon for pediatric abnormalities and birth defects, and he'd do these long surgeries. But there was a point when he was in his early 40s where he could no longer do surgery because his back was really chronically painful. He couldn't sleep. He had to sleep sitting up in a chair. Fast forward, he found out about prolotherapy from Dr. Hemwall, who's the father of prolotherapy, who I was personally taught by, and it changed his life. He had lost hope. He was ready to give up his practice, and instead the prolotherapy fixed his back completely, and so that he continued with his practice, and then eventually went on to become the Surgeon General of the United States. So there are many conditions that prolotherapy can treat and fix and cure to the extent that you never have a problem with it again. Now, it's not always the case where it's 100% relief, but we're talking whiplash from car accidents, neck pain that is developed from that, headaches, syndrome called Bray-Liu syndrome, where there's ringing in the ears, problems with visual disturbances, hoarse voice, imbalance problems. And it can fix that problem in an amazing way. Nerve problems, sciatica, lower back issues, disc herniations, disc bulges, and simply by stabilizing the joints that are causing the pain. So even though bones can be seen on x-rays and discs and cartilage and other structures, unfortunately x-rays and even MRIs don't do a good job of really diagnosing a soft tissue problem. And so for that reason, a hands-on examination will tell you if your tennis elbow or golfer's elbow or your carpal tunnel syndrome or your knee problem, let's say you have arthritis in your knees or your hip, and you've been told you need a knee replacement or a hip replacement. Well, not so fast. You may not need that, and most likely don't. There's many surgeries that are done that are in excess. There are a few that, of course, are necessary, and if that time comes, I'm always very quick to want to refer someone. But it's only a rare case where a person needs surgery for any of these things I've mentioned. Other examples are chronic back pain, sacroiliac dysfunction, hypermobility syndrome, problems with your ankle, so you've got sprained ankles or plantar fasciitis of your feet. All these things can be treated very successfully with prolotherapy and the other treatment that I do called PRP, platelet-rich plasma. So I mention all this because I want you to not give up hope. All these problems can be fixed and cured and healed with prolotherapy. And I've seen it many, many times where people have come here as their last resort, and prolotherapy has indeed given them their hope back and their life back. So if you'd like to see if you're a candidate for prolotherapy, to see if your problem can be cured or healed with prolotherapy, don't hesitate to call my office or visit us on the web at drmarkwheaton.com. The phone number is 952-593-0500. And we just want to give you that hope that you can one day get better again the way you'd like to be and get back to an active lifestyle. So thank you for listening. Have a nice Christmas.